First of all, I want to thank Bertelsmann and New York University, NYC Media Lab, for organizing this challenge. We've been working on different bits of this for quite a while, but it is specifically that in this challenge, we're able to assemble it in one thing. So that gives you a little bit of context, a little bit of a perspective that everything that you're going to see today was created within just 1 month, maybe slightly more than 1 month. Having said that, let me share my screen, and guys, let me know if something goes wrong with Zoom, because I won't be able to see you. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep. Both streaming and the presentation.
Nice. So you can see I'm standing here in a room. There are some social media feeds, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram over there, and over here there is a gentleman. Let me come to this gentleman and take a look at him and try to do this. Could you introduce yourself, please?
I hope you are enjoying this virtual environment, and I am glad that we are having this conversation. Hello there! I'm a theoretical physicist and a professor of physics and mathematics at Columbia University. Passionate about conveying the beauty and complexity of the universe, I've authored several works to bring science to a broader audience, including The Elegant Universe and The Hidden Reality. My fascination with the fundamental laws of the universe naturally led me to co-found the World Science Festival, an event that celebrates our scientific understanding of the world. If you have questions about the cosmos or the nature of reality, feel free to ask. Helping to demystify these wonders for those not steeped in the jargon of science is something I deeply enjoy.
Where in your books do you talk about string theory?
In this virtual simulation, we use multiple external resources that we connect together. This is why my answers may come with some delay. In The Elegant Universe, I delve into the intricate subject of string theory, which is the central theme throughout the book. Specifically, in Part 3, The Cosmic Symphony, I discuss the essentials of superstring theory in Chapter 6. You'll find the broad framework of string theory outlined from the early chapters and a more detailed exploration as the book progresses, culminating in Chapters 12 and 13, where I discuss the more recent developments and the quest for M-theory. For a foundational understanding of string theory, you might begin with Part 3, Chapter 6.
Yeah, now, of course, streaming of the streaming is comes with its own perks. And as I've said, within virtual reality, I saw everything perfectly, but suddenly I see that you're not there, guys. So I'm back. Let me just continue where I stopped. But you saw the idea. I've been talking to Digital Brian Greene, and it was responding to me. And what's very important, he was responding to me in context of his works. Let me share my screen again. I will not be sharing virtual reality now. I'll be just sharing the presentation to make it easier going forward. This is, by the way, how the real Brian Greene looks like, and you can see the resemblance. Now, this digital Brian Greene is not something completely odd. It's a part of a much bigger trend that is happening right now. Just about over a month ago, a K-pop star, Mark Twain, has also opened up his own digital likeness that attached to OpenAI's ChatGPT, exactly like this digital Brian Greene. And he became one of the first celebrities to do that. But then again, some of you might have noticed that slightly more than a week ago, the Kiss group, they've been having their last concert, and they launched their own virtual avatars that are meant to bring the legacy of the Kiss band into all future virtual experiences. So this trend and this new wave of content creation that combines AI, virtual reality, and other related technologies brings us into the world of new possibilities. These new possibilities open new opportunities, but also open certain challenges. Now, and here's one of the problems that we're trying to address with our work. already now we have IPs that are pretty massive, right? Some of the best editors might get lost in massive IPs across all the editions, all the releases, especially when the IP is transmedia. But all of this is going to be dwarfed by the AI and by the amount of content that it's going to generate, since it becomes so easy, and there is going to be a lot of different types of AIs. And besides the fact that it's going to be a lot of content, there's going to be a lot of fake content as well, the type of content that changes the nature of IP that was originally meant by an author. All of this is multiplied by the fact how the AI algorithm works. And in the words of one of the founders of OpenAI, when it doesn't know the answer, it tends to hallucinate reality. So AI needs very specific training to be true to the source. One of the main problems of the AI as of now is that it tends to lie. And that's where we think the problem is, but that's exactly where the opportunity and a potential solution to the problem that we want to suggest to Bertelsmann companies. The solution, as we see it, is company-endorsed and trade AIs as oracles for IPs, for authors, and for data. In simple words, if you cannot beat them, you got to lead them. Trust is going to become, in the new AI dominated content creating world, trust is going to become the main currency. And this is the currency that companies like Bertelsmann can capitalize on. If they take on this lead, they will be able to receive approval from the authors, who will be able to trust them with creation of AI products that do not violate the original idea of the content and keep the author's interest in mind. But at the same time, they will be able to gain trust from the audience in this ocean of more and more content generated around the IPs. An example of this was Digital Brian Greene that we showed to you guys. Now, let me say a few words about the nuts and bolts about how exactly all this works. So what we do, we take a large language model, and it could be any AI. In this particular case, we use ChatGPT 4.0. Then we take some kind of a data. In simple words, data is just a lot of text material. And for some of the Bertelsmann companies, it's very convenient to get those text materials. It's basically, manuscripts, ebooks. Then we take some kind of an avatar, which could range from simplistic avatars all the way to hyper-realistic avatars that replicate every last wrinkle of your face and looks very much like an actual live person. And of course, if you're trying to replicate somebody's resemblance, you can do the voice cloning, and the voice cloning you do from audio recordings. Now, notice the two of these elements, the data and the voice cloning, comes from the type of the data that's already represent the natural strength for some of the Bertelsmann divisions. Like, for example, for Penguin Random House, they have ebooks and audiobooks, which are read by the original author, and which is even more convenient. They're built on the same material. They coincide almost perfectly, so it can expedite the process quite a bit. And this is exactly how we created this Brian Greene that I've started showing to you. We took 4 of his main books in the form of ebooks, and we trained the AI based on this. Then we took one of his audio books, and we used it to kind of split into smaller audio files and train the voice based on his professional recording. And then we attached ChatGPT with the proper modifications to the prompt. We originally used GPT 3.5, and then after trials and errors, we were not satisfied. We saw that it still tends to kind of hallucinate things here and there. GPT 4.0 works much better, and you can feel the actual product with it. How did we come to this? Here I should say just a couple of words about our team, our company in general. We have been writing a new wave of virtual reality since its pretty much inception. Since 2016, we've been creating a range of online virtual experiences, like events, where you would typically have a presenter or a teacher or a coach or some kind of a speaker and a group, an audience that is dived into some kind of a context. We've did author events for Penguin Properties, out of other things, for some of the Penguin Children's division authors. We created a range of experiences for location-based businesses. And one of our signature developments was a series of online classes together with Verizon. That's exactly where we work together with this very Brian Green. Now, as we worked on this, one of the thoughts was kind of always in our mind. When you have a virtual environment like this, you got to have a presence of an actual physical person who puppeteers his own, her own skin, basically digital skin, right? But a person cannot be present there 24/7, and it would have been so much more efficient to attach it to put an AI behind this avatar. But the problem is you cannot put just any AI. You need to properly train this AI, make sure it stays true to the source, tailored to the audience, stays in the context, and this is why you need a product that combines all of this together. So the combination
Mick,
of
Mick, can you wrap up in about 30 seconds here so we can take one question and then move on to the next
let me
teams?
do that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So basically, our technology allows to create IP rooms that fans can come and interact with the authors and with them. With the content. The same technology can be used for internal use within Bertelsmann divisions to for the editors to navigate within the ocean of IPs. The exact same technology can be used by the companies like Harvard for digital training, where instead of the fiction books, you give manuals of how to operate machinery or production lines, or even for companies like Reliance who do healthcare training. And of course, you can do all kinds of virtual company intros. Now, let me just skip other presentation for the sake of time, making the case about the relevance and how it builds on a strength, natural strength of Bertelsmann. And of course, it helps to kind of develop partnerships. And just the final slide. Now, if you guys, I didn't have a lot of time to show you a lot of the Brian Green, but what you can do, you can scan this code, QR code, and we attach the website to the exact same server that I was talking to in virtual reality, and go chat to Brian himself. Try to ask him questions not related to the books, something about geopolitics or personal matters. See what he answers and see what the responses are. Here I stop and I'll share this link in the chat so everybody would be able to pick it up. Thank you.